I am here almost for 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the thought was only to come here for 2, 3 weeks. But now we are stuck over here. I don't know if you are listening to the news that we, like last night, yesterday, we had 261,000 coronavirus cases. And even the death rate is increasing. And people are saying actually for every one case which they detect, about 10 more cases are there. So in other words, because people don't go and they don't test themselves, they feel that they can do the home remedy and everything will be okay. So this is how the things are. But now the government is becoming really serious, and what they are thinking that actually this can even stay in the air now. That means people are walking around on the road, even they can catch it. Wherever you hear somebody have the virus. I mean, you could see that how exponentially it is growing. And now, like many times when we go through troubles or crisis, so many times we say, "Remember God." Everybody remember their own God, God of their faith. And sometimes they say, go to this place, go do this thing, go do this thing, have good wishes, go to this sannyasi or sadhu, they will give you blessing and all that. The function behind that is the same kind of thing which I am going to share with you. Maybe I shared with you before as well, that when I think some of you might know that actually I was going to 25 countries last year, and that was supposed to start on March 14th. And on 12th of March, it got, lockdown. Now you could see that when we say situation come, like I had 5 months program, all the tickets have been bought and all the programs have been arranged, and all of a sudden this thing happens. What should I do? So my thought was, under the given situations, what can I do? So what I did, I said, I am going to do something which nobody has done. And that was, I offered myself that everybody stay home. I will be the one who will go out, do the grocery, go to bank, go to the post office. Anytime we had to buy something or interaction with the outside people, I offered myself, I will do it. And every time when I used to do it, I had to come home and change my clothes and wash myself, take shower and everything. So I used to do all those things. And I felt very, very good about it. See, many times I have shared that my spiritual life began not with yoga or knowledge that much as I was thinking of application of yoga. Mean what I can do with the power of yoga, even when I am connected with God, what I get from God. I get virtues, mean the qualities from God, the power from God, love from God, happiness from God. Now, what should I do with it? Unless I put it into action, the value does not come up. Value depends on only what I do in my life, not what I have, but what I do with what I have. So that was my right from the beginning, and even now, actually, it has become even more powerful. Thinking that means doing action, because some or another we say God is incorporeal. We call it God is point of light. God is incorporeal. Nature is all physical, but nature does not have life on its own. So God is a point of light, and nature is physical. But actually, we human beings have both. My body is made of nature, means 5 elements of the nature. We know the water, the heat, and the air, and the space, and the solid we call earth. So that is the nature. And the soul is child of God. So actually, I am the bridge between God and nature. Even though it looks like difficult to swallow this thing, that actually I, the human being, represent both God and nature. And actually, how with God gives me power, God gives me knowledge. But when I implement that knowledge, that means when I perform actions, that is where my interaction with the nature begins. That God's, the value, the knowledge that goes into the soul gets energized. And then with that, when I'm happy, you will find when I'm happy, I feel more energized. When I feel love coming from anybody, I feel more energy. So that means love generates energy in the body. Happiness generates energy in the body. So actually, it's the soul energy that actually runs the body. And the example I many times have explained and explain all the time that being a science student, I used to think that, I still remember those equations we used to call water. Water is two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. But is it possible that I can bring two jars of hydrogen, one jar of oxygen? Okay, let's create water. It will not happen. No, why? Because there is internal energy. They call it bond energy that holds the hydrogen and oxygen together. And that is the enormous energy. Sometimes we don't realize. We think it's H2O, but that is a very, very small component of water. The real energy is of the internal energy, the bond energy, which facilitate turning the hydrogen gas, oxygen gas into water. Same way, the body. Body is made of 5 elements. The water, 75% is water. Then the air, the heat. But we say, okay, we want to create a body. Let me bring few buckets of water, bring a pump for the air, and bring a heater. And we have plenty of space. And buy maybe iron, magnesium, calcium, potassium, etc., zinc, iron, right? So we know that, like even in the COVID, they talk about having zinc in our body. So you could see, so those are the 5 things. But is it possible I can have all those things and we can create a body? No, we cannot. So how the body comes into existence? It is when the soul enters the womb of the mother. And when the soul enters the womb, it starts to create the body. All the features start to develop based on what the soul did in the past life. Total karmas, not only past life, life before, life before. So in the form of samskaras, the soul start to build the body accordingly. So that is what, so that means the soul builds the body. So to me, that became such a clear picture to my mind. So that means it is the body also comes into existence with the presence of the soul. So what's the role? It's the same thing, internal energy in the water, same with the internal energy in the, when we talk about the 5 elements, that is the soul energy. You cannot see the soul, but we all know what happens when soul leaves the body. What happens? The body disintegrates, isn't it? It disintegrates and we cannot even keep it for a day even. We bury it or we burn it because we say dust meets with dust. That's what we say. So actually, it is the power of the soul that holds the body together. But it is not that the soul does the thing, but body does. Like soul sees things through the eyes. So eyes are needed to see anything. Soul needs the mouth to express itself in the words. The soul uses the ear. So these are the organs, like a refrigerator. There are different organs in the refrigerator. We call it, different components. They function, but we say that, oh, it is connected with the electricity. But if the switch is off, what happens? All the components of the refrigerator, they don't function because they need power. So in the same way, when we really think, the power of the soul, like electric power in the refrigerator. So you cannot see the power, but you surely know when the power goes off, what happens. Same way, we surely know when the soul is not in the body. So those kind of things really started to set in myself. I say, wow, this is also science. And engineering is application. That means the knowledge of the science, that is what we use the word technology. Science turning into technology is when I am able to do something with the knowledge I have in the science. Like many times we used to hear force. One thing is force, energy, and the third is work done. Don't we have this thing, whosoever are science students, that work done is equal to force multiplied by the distance it moves or the things it get done, and that turns into power. That is called power. That's why we say horsepower. Why we say horsepower? Because horse works. So that is how we say how much my body works. That is what I apply. And now we also know, if I do something with happiness, the value of that action gets increased. But if I do something with anger, the value of even good action I perform. But if I speak with anger, whilst doing something good, the value of the goodness will get reduced. In other words, the overall impact will get reduced. You might have seen many times in your life, maybe you needed some help from somebody. You did not want to ask that person, but you had the courage. And with the courage, sum up all the courage, and you ask for the help. Now that person gives you the help, but they also make you feel bad about yourself. Do we have that kind of experience in our life? And what happens? You get the help because it is a dire need you have. But do you feel good? Somewhere you feel, I wish I had never come to that person for help. So the value got reduced. Maybe somebody gave you 100 units, but because they use some anger, they use some sarcasm, they put you down, maybe you got only 85. But on the other side, somebody needs 100. You say, I don't have 100, but maybe I can give you 75. But I have all the good wishes for you. I want success in your life. Have courage. Whenever you have, you can give it back to me. Even if you don't have, don't worry about it. Now what happened? Even the 75, the value of 75 increases. Maybe that becomes equal to 100 even. Because you made that person feel good about themselves, and they also did not put them down, rather than you gave them encouragement. So you gave 75 in physical energy, because money is energy, right? Nothing moves without money. They say, no? Money make the things move. So that means that is a physical energy. But what is the spiritual energy? The love you added, the joy you added, the good wishes you added, in the help you provide, or whatever physical action you provide. So that person remembers forever. They will forget, because they will return you that 75, but the 25% of the positive energy which you give it to them, it will spread. Not only they will respect you for their whole life, but they will also do something good because they got inspired. So now you could see that the goodness start to generate that spiritual energy we call vibrations. That's what we say, we say environment, the vibrations. So it is through the actions vibrations are created. Like I give example of doing the dishes. Simple act. I am doing dishes, but when I am doing with joy, I feel that I am playing with water. I am I am massaging the pots. And also when the pots become clean, they are even giving me thank you. I share this thing to everybody because that's my life experience. So that means because I did the work with love, I created those vibrations of love. But supposing I did with anger, you will find even the sound of those pots will spread the vibration to people that this person is angry today. Is it true or not? Many times I say, oh, when I am angry doing the pots, even the pots are scared. Oh my gosh, please, please save me. I don't know what he's going to do with me. Maybe he'll hit me with each other. Maybe he will drop me. So you could see that even the material world, material has lot of impact on how I do any action. So why I'm trying to bring up this thing that as coronavirus at present time, I have no clue. Nobody has clue how it functions, but it has brought the whole world to its knees, isn't it? Could anybody imagine that coronavirus will have such an impact on the whole world? But it happened. But what I say is, but still, coronavirus is a part of nature, and nothing in the nature is useless. Many times we give example, even in our body, if some part of the body, some cells get infected, it becomes like a cancer. Now it becomes like a poison. But when it was in a good shape, proper proportion, then it was part and parcel of the body. When that in the cancer they remove the part, so then some part of the body has been removed, isn't it? That person can never function the same way. But the part was good, but because of infection, it became poison. Then it has to be removed. Just imagine coronavirus also is part of the nature, but because it has been disintegrated. As we say, when the soul leaves the body gets disintegrated. So in other words, what it means that when the soul leaves the body gets disintegrated, the power of the soul is not there anymore. And when the energy or the power is not there to hold the matter together, then it's disintegrated. Now just think, because our spiritual energy is declining little by little, so the nature also is not able to hold it together. In other words, when we talk about golden age means that everything is in order. Nature is in the order. When the sun is needed, sun comes. Temperature is perfect. When the rain is needed, rain comes. So we are very much in harmony with the nature. And also we are in the harmony with each other. Now think of even 100 years ago. One person in the village will make a proposal, everybody will agree. They will agree with one person. And here now, even if there are 2, 3 members in the family, the 3 people even cannot come to consent. They don't come to agreement. They're fighting. So you could see, so even our family structure is disintegrating. Is true or not? Now, how many times people say, you cannot count on your children that much anymore. There was a time that the parents used to take care of the children, and in the old days, the children used to take care of their parents. It was their not only duty, they could not even think it was part of the duty, it was their love because they could see how much their parents did for them. But now you could see. So now that means the family structure is disintegrating. Same way, the nature is disintegrating. Like for example, we say tsunami came, so many people died. But just think, why the earthquake came in the first place? It's part of the nature that the plates have to move on top of each other and the friction keep on getting built in order to release that force, that energy. Earthquake had to come because it has to explode. And we think it's a destructive. We even call God, it's a God's act. No, it's not God's act. It's a human nature. When I am successful, I think I did it. I made effort. I made so much. I did struggle so much. Don't we say that we take all the credit when we do something good, when we are successful, and when something wrong happens, what we say? God, what did I do wrong to you that you are giving me punishment? As if all the good things I am doing and all the bad things God is doing. We say God's will. No, it's not. See, that is where our understanding that earthquake came to create the balance. And why? Because somewhere the nature is getting powerless. Wrong place, wrong time. Things are happening. Now we say, the tsunami is coming. In the early days, ocean had its own part to play. People did not stay close to the ocean. But then some people say, wow, we can enjoy the ocean. Let's build big, big buildings over there in the ocean. Sometimes we even reclaim the ocean, like in Mumbai. Whatever the part of the ocean was, we reclaimed. We kept on filling it up and built buildings. So many buildings. And then when the nature has to create the balance, what will happen? We say tsunami, hundreds of thousands of people got killed. There was such a destruction, but who did it? We human beings did it. So we have the actions and the consequences. So what I, share when we talk about, on the one side, we are going through such a difficult time. Now, in that difficult time, we cannot just say, pray God, everything will be okay. But we say that in the time of like a destruction, in the time of crisis, we are all talking about building, rebuilding. Now, isn't it? We are saying we have to build our economy. We have to build our infrastructure. We have to build our relationship, like even you could see everything has been disturbed. So it's like a building. So when we talk about building a world of happiness, so what it really means, building happiness and how I build happiness. Now that is where our experience comes handy. When do I really become happy? Like for example, do I feel happy when I put my hand like this to receive from somebody, or do I feel happy when I give to somebody? It's an open secret that I feel much happy when I am giving. Like we build bank balance. How we do? We spend less and save more. So what happens? My building accounts start to be built. Now I'm building my account, we say that. Same way, building love. Love means that means I will do something above and beyond what I am supposed to do. So what it really means in my relationship, we all know we all have our duty and we fulfilling our duty. But the question is, how much is my duty? There was a time we always used to think to do a little bit extra. Like even I give example many times, you go to a even sabji wala, buying the vegetables. So they will give you whatever money you gave, they give you that amount of vegetables, but at the end, they say, where is dhania mirchi? Dhania mirchi is all free, extra. Don't we do that? So you could see that doing extra was in our genes. That means I am giving. So when I am giving, I am building a relationship. And how you will do more. It is not, if you don't have the energy, you will not be able to do more. But now I give you simple example. If you go into any place, four people are fighting with each other. To give you example, there were four people, they were fighting all the time. Somebody went to them, asked individually, why you're all fighting? You know what? Everybody said, I end up doing all the work. Nobody does their job. I do so much work. I do half of the work. And the rest of the other, they're doing less. Now they went to all the four people to ask them, how much percentage you do? How much percent do you do? How much you do? How much you do? When they combined it together, it became 200%. So what that means? All the four people are thinking, I am doing half of the work. The rest of the three are doing the remaining half of the work. That means I am doing 50%, everybody else is doing 17%. Question is, who is doing less than? Everybody think I am doing more than that. Now that is where the problem at present time. The reason being, why? Because we are all tired. Reason, technology, since the computers have come, the phones have come, we get so much occupied with Facebook, with this technology, that technology. So we are so exhausted looking at the thing. My eyes are tired. I get tired. And then somebody asks you to do something, you don't feel like doing it. Now, like you will find that it's a state of mind that determines that how much you want to do. You want to do extra or you want to do less. And it's very difficult for anybody to define what is right. You might have seen with your own self. I know about myself. Somebody asked me, could you just sweep the floor in the kitchen? Could you clean the kitchen a little bit? If I'm not in a good mood, I cannot say no, but because I don't have good mood, what I will do? I will sweep the floor in the middle and then push the dirt in the corners somewhere. Nobody can see it. And by chance somebody come, but you did not clean it properly. You say, what do you mean by clean it properly? If you don't like my cleaning, okay, you do it yourself. Sometimes we can say that, isn't it? But you have seen also, sometimes when you're in a good mood, really good mood, and somebody says to you that, could you please just do a little bit of cleaning in the kitchen so that it doesn't look bad. But on that day, you're in a good mood, you will pick a little thing, this one, that one. You end up even doing the floor, and you are able to do even the counter. You even do the cupboards, because you are enjoying yourself. It happens or not when you are in a good mood. They ask you little, you did much, much more. On the other side, when you are asked to do something, you do less. So what is the difference? State of mind. So that means when I am happy, when I feel being loved, I automatically end up doing extra. Why? Because the soul is filled with the energy of love. The soul is filled with the energy of happiness. And because the soul is filled with energy of the happiness, that translates into the energy in the body. And when you feel energized, you automatically do extra. So what you're doing when you're doing extra, then you're building. So that means you're building love, you are building a relationship, you are building joy, you're building trust. What trust they will say? Even if I tell them to do little bit, he end up doing so much for us. Always the case. We ask him for 10, he will give me 15. It's true or not? Some people are known for that. So don't you like that kind of thing when people really think, oh yeah, this I can see the dog is barking outside. I'm sitting in the house and the dog is barking outside. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. But just think that maybe something is bothering the dog. Maybe we can have the mercy on him. So anyway, so that is the case. The point I am bringing, so when we are thinking of building a world of happiness, we call it even in simple terms, heaven. Don't we say that? When we're talking about in America, how many things happened which were wrong and all that, but now everybody is talking about rebuilding much better, building better, we say. So when we think building better, that means building a better world. And if I say better and better and better, and what if the final better is heaven? So what is the heaven actually? One thing I really learned in my spiritual path, we have to bring the spiritual energy is not visible. Because it's not visible, but I know the presence of it. Like love, you cannot quantify it. You cannot say, could you please give me 2 kg of love or 20 yards of happiness? Can you say that? No. Love you cannot see, but you surely can feel it. Happiness, your eyes lit up, your face lit up, everything lit up when you are happy. Is true or not? So the effect is there, but you cannot see happiness. So that means when we think of heaven, there are 2 components of heaven. One is the physical components. Physical component is good buildings, good nature, flowers, the nice weather. Everything is smooth. So physical aspect of the world. But what else is in the heaven? In the heaven is joy, the love, the harmony. So there is harmony between soul to soul. Souls are in harmony with each other, and the harmony between nature and the soul. So that means the question always comes, God creates heaven. So what I look at it is, we probably you are aware, we are doing this program, 7 billion acts of goodness. And what we are saying is, every act I perform, it can have a exponential impact if I can add spiritual energy of love and care and compassion into any action I perform, and I do little bit extra, it creates that, environment. It creates that exponential impact, and more people will do, they get inspired, and more people will do. If the 7 billion acts of goodness can come together, maybe they will bring the explosion of goodness and happiness. Or we create the wave of goodness, and little bit of the, we just create the waves of goodness. They can keep on increasing, getting higher and higher. And finally, it can be a tsunami of happiness. That tsunami can drown the whole world into happiness. Possible, on the one side we say, physical, all the physical calamities, but how we can really take care of the physical calamity is with the power of spiritual. Now, spiritual calamity is bringing the tsunami of love, tsunami of happiness. Spiritual calamity will take a positive twist when I say, explosion of goodness and happiness. The happiness can explode, joy can explode, goodness can explode. So explosion means everybody in the world is happy. Everybody is filled with love. And that means when I talk about the world of happiness, we call heaven, and it is not, many times people say turning the hell into heaven is magic. Now, I have that analogy. We go to see magic, and we all know it's a fake magic, but still we enjoy doing the magic. Is true or not? We know the person is fake, but I even feel I wish even I could do that magic. Is true or not? But when God turned the human beings into deities and angels, or turning the hell into heaven, it is a magic, but it is not fake magic. It is practical magic. It goes through process. It's a process of when we think God creates consciousness in us, of soul consciousness. But we, the human beings, when I have that awareness of goodness and happiness in me, the awareness of love, I receive that love, get energized, then I, the human being, build with nature. I, the human being, is combination of soul and body together. And the body, when we talk about, it is connected with the whole celestial sphere, the entirety of the existence through vibrations. Tarange, we use the word, na? The waves of sound, the waves of light. We talk about all those things. So that means my love, the more subtle it is, the more sincere it is, more selfless it is, the more powerful vibrations it will reach. There could be one to one, I do one thing, what goes around comes around. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. But the question is, the reaction is based on not what I did, but how I did it. What total impact of that action? Did my action, even it was good, created wave of goodness or wave of feeling sorrow? Other person is feeling down. Other person is in sorrow when I do something good to them. Why? Because I put them down. So that is the determination that every action I perform, it will multiply by 10 or 100 or 1,000 or million times. We know in the nature, one seed turns into millions of seeds. It's true or not? Organism, one time, like we know this virus, it started with one person, went to the whole world. So that means in the nature, it is the nature that it multiplies exponentially. But the same thing happens with happiness. It also multiplies exponentially. So when I talk about the process, that means turning a human being into a deity is a process. Process is, I have all the raw material within myself. We all, we are loving and caring persons, don't we? We all know we carry God's DNA. That means whatever qualities are in God, I also carry those qualities. But the only thing is, those qualities have been misplaced. They had been like, like going wrong time. Like I was sharing with somebody. What is difference between somebody have a determined thought, other person is jiddi. We call it stubborn. What is the difference? A person stubborn and a person of determination. Stubborn is nothing but 95% is all determination. But 5% is being used wrong time, wrong situation, wrong methodology. The people say, ye banda bada jiddi hai. Nobody can change that person. But on the other side, when it's determination, look at that person. He went through so many problems and situations, but he was not, nobody could deter him. Nobody could stop him. Now that's a quality. So what God does, giving me understanding, the understanding of who I am. I am child of God. We carry bitterness in us. God removes all my bitterness just by saying, sweet child, sweet child, sweet child. Takes away all our bitterness. So God creates sweetness in us. God creates joy in us. How? Just by connection. How? What is the connection? Child and parents. Like again, even though many times people will say, but you are bringing God down. If you just start to say, oh, he's my mother and father. But we all say that. But we don't act upon it the way we, like how we deal with our own parents. Every little thing we call again and again. A child, the parents will call that child, the child will call the parents so often. Do we call God like that? We don't. So the point I am just trying to bring, so when I am thinking of building, that means I have to build it. That means taking the responsibility. Krishna told Pandavas, you have to build heaven on this Banjar Bhumi, rocky place. You have to build heaven. So who built heaven? Krishna or the Pandavas? Pandavas did. Rama took the army of monkeys and he built bridge. Now who built the bridge? Rama or the monkeys? So that means the monkeys who built that bridge. Because God does not have hand, God does not have the physical. We human beings have the hands, but the power in the hand is of love, godly power. So with these hands, I build. And so this is where the impossible start to look possible. See, even the word impossible, it is derived from the word possible. So that means when I say building heaven is possible, why? Because God's energy is with me. And we know, this is like few of the things I will try to bring it up in our consciousness. One simple thing, if I give money to somebody, supposing I give $100 to somebody, I had 100, I gave 50, I am left with 50. It's true, right? But supposing I am very happy, I have 100 units of happiness, and I see somebody sad, and I make that person happy, or giving 50 units of happiness to that person, how much happiness I'm left with? And the answer will be, my happiness will not reduce, it will increase. So that is the key. So that means physical energy is governed by law of entropy, law of deterioration. Every time you start the car, battery gets reduced. Even though it doesn't show up right away, but it does get reduced. Every time we take rebirth, the value gets reduced. Every time we make jewelry out of gold, don't we say every time it gets reduced, the value? Isn't true? So it is entropy, physical. But the spiritual entropy is when I give, it gets increased. So it becomes reverse entropy. Entropy declines, but reverse entropy rising. So this is how when God comes in our life, reverse entropy, that means entropy of rising begins. So that means now this is a phenomenon. That when we think of how building heaven is possible, now if I say, and spiritual energy compared to physical energy, if you spread it, if you give to people, you distribute, it gets reduced. But spiritual energy, you keep on spreading, keep on increasing, so it will never end. And so because it never ends, I can keep on adding all the spiritual energy of love and happiness. Every little action I do, I can exponentially increase the value of my happiness, goodness. So that means we talk about in the heaven, there is goodness. And how it happened? Because I add the love and the happiness. Now take another thing. That is one of the things. Second thing, we gave example of the seed. That one seed can create millions of seeds. So that means nature has abundance of everything, actually. But it's a matter of how I am using that nature. Now, but because of our greed, because of our arrogance, rather than like atomic energy could have been used so much for the electricity, but it is being used for destruction. Like you can see, like these days, like so much, all the technology which is coming, it is becoming destructive. So that means the abundance of the spiritual and the physical energy. So when we talk about heaven, practically, we can build. I know that we even something these days, what cost $1 million, when we do it ourselves, we work, we can accomplish the same task in $100,000. I have seen, I have worked in the public agencies, I have worked with the spiritual, organizations. I know it is almost like 10 times we spend. Reason? The fear. People are going to sue me. So I want to cover all the bases. So the cost keep on increasing. I spend so much time, energy in planning and planning and planning. The fear of that I don't want to fail. And by the time comes to do something, I'm already so tired. But on the other side, I start doing it. And I start to do it appropriately. It can get done so fast. I have seen many, many times that we are able to work even 20 hours without getting tired. On the other side, I get tired even after 2-3 hours of work. It's true or not? I'm just sharing these things which are, kind of, I'm just trying to look at the time. What time is it? So, so that means you could see multiplication is there, reverse order is there, magic is there because God is with us, and God makes us do things. God doesn't do it. So that means I don't want to just, There's one movie, Indian movie. Some of you must have seen. I saw part of it where he is breaking the mountain. 20 years that person, mountain man. The people thought he was crazy, but he kept going at it, kept going at it. Why? Because his wife died climbing that mountain. He said, I am going to make a road between the mountain. So that means it was the love. So love broke all the mountain. Determination. Nothing could stop him. And at the end, somebody said that you must have gotten a lot of help from God. You must have dependent on God to give you the power. He said, no, you don't want to depend on God. Maybe God is depending on you to do it. Not I depend on God. God said, look, I am only soul, supreme soul. I am only point of light, but you have the nature at your disposal. So God is depending on us to build. So build heaven. See, there are so many other points I could bring it up. Like we talk about like contagious thing, like we talk about the coronavirus. What time was it? 9. So we talk about coronavirus, how exponentially it can increase, but still it is part of the nature. And who creates nature, build nature? The soul builds the body. The soul energy builds the entirety. In other words, it puts the life in the nature. So coronavirus, no matter how subtle it is, still it is a part of the nature. So actually, we have adopted all kind of remedies, precautions, isn't it? We are so careful, preventive action we are taking, the cure, the vaccination, so many things we are doing, and still we are finding we are not able to control it. And when we say when everything is out of control, that's the time then we say we took it to God. When God means that I turn to the spiritual energy. And that spiritual energy means someone other I feel in the time of coronavirus, this is the really a crisis. We want to building love, building happiness. And those vibrations of love and happiness and trust and compassion and mercy and care will help the virus to go back to its original place where it belongs. Because 2 years ago, that virus was not, spreading. It was part of the nature somewhere. Maybe it was even in a test tube. Maybe it was part of a little bit liquid. It was all in a small liquid. But now it has. So same way, maybe we can bring it back to the same liquid where it belonged. That is how somewhere I feel that this is the time of building. Building a world of happiness means building heaven. And don't take heaven that's something up in the air. Or thinking of, building castles in the air we talk about. It's not building castles in the air. Make it real. Real means one component of the physical component. And we know that when we are doing good things happen even in the nature. We are able to build everything. Like they say, even the coronavirus, actually one time they thought that even the air pollution got reduced. Is true or not? So you could see that one thing, when we are able to build that love and care and compassion in our life, so somewhere we start to build buildings, bridges, those are small things. But the real thing is building that trust, building that love. So that means I say building bridges. That means what is the bridge? Two different, two different opinions, right? So we build so that one can meet with other. So that means building bridges between the communities, between the religions, between the countries. Building trust means I am always going to give more, or I will be in time. People can trust me. So I'm building that trust. Building love, I am going to give you more than what you can even handle. I am going to overwhelm you with love. Rather than dealing with people, let people deal with me. Let people deal with my love. Let people deal with my joy. Let people deal with my giving. This thing, people will take advantage and all that. But the simple thing is people can take advantage of me only when I have advantage. So that means if people keep taking from me, one thing is guaranteed, and that is I will always have it. So that means part of the building is that I stop calling out on God for receiving something. That means asking God. But when I start to give, I start to receive from God. One-way traffic. So that means I am building the community and God's power keep on flowing towards me. The more I give, the more I do positive, the more and more I keep receiving from God. That's why, many times people say that to me, Ram, you are very innocent. People are using you. I must have shared with you too. But now I tell people, oh, people are using me. That means I'm useful. Otherwise, I will become useless. So anybody wants to have a person useful or useless. Everybody wants to invite the useful person. Does anybody want to invite useless people? So now we are talking about building a world of happiness. This is the best time. How I can build the atmosphere of happiness? Stand in front of the mirror and start thinking something positive about somebody or weather or anything positive, and take selfie. You can fix the selfie over there and think positive, you will be smiling. And when you're thinking negative, your face will be like they call it dry prune, all the wrinkles will be show up on your face. So that means you feel sad when you think negative. So that means having good wishes, doing something positive with other people, that means I start to build and build and build. People will say building heaven is impossible. But actually that is what we call godly magic is impossible can turn into possible. Now that is where my courage, my aspirations, my in the time of crisis is the best opportunity. In a short period of time, we can do wonders with God's help. So I want to stop over here. If you have any questions, if you don't like what I said, or you might think it's all theoretical, we don't agree with you, you can just throw any question. We can share, we can discuss. So Saurabh, let's see if anybody has any question, or does it
Hey.
make any sense what I spoke about?
Oh, yes, absolutely, Vaiji. You gave such a beautiful perspective and just the whole thing about how the soul actually carries the God's energy as well as the nature, and how the soul has to be the bridge to actually bring the spiritual energy back, and how you integrated it with all the practical examples and then the scientific aspects to it. So beautiful. So thank you so much, Vaiji. And Yeah, please feel free to share. I think Simran Bhai would like to.
Anybody make any comment or yes, Simran Bhai. Yes.
Yeah, Om Shanti Bhai ji.
Yes, Simran
So
Bhai.
good to, so wonderful to see you after a while, and very nice to see that you're even COVID times, you're so cheerful and happy with Baba. So that's
This is
great.
my niece. She's fitting with me. She already putting the crown, being a princess.
Hi.
So cute. So,
Good. So yes,
Bhaji, yes. So thank you, Bhaji. It was beautiful session, and actually I was thinking, and I discussed sometimes with Saurabh Bhai and with my parents also. My mother also is here. She's also in Gyan now, and
yeah. Oh wow.
we
Mhm.
yeah we sometimes talk about it, like before in the spiritual path we used to talk about like what are we really, what is the purpose of the life, and we would hear something like the purpose is to meet God. But then, okay, so when we meet God, what have we accomplished? So I think what
Yes, exactly. Okay,
yeah,
meeting God. What I do? Yeah.
yeah. So just like what you were saying, Bhaiji, and what BK knowledge taught us, that what, like you explained beautifully about the science and the application of science being engineering. So we are using the concepts of physics and what we learn in chemistry, but we are applying it in engineering. And here we are learning the connection with the divine, which the output then becomes like all the things that you were explaining so beautifully about what the practical application is when I'm actually out in the society, and when I'm dealing with other souls, how that shows. So thank you for another wonderful session, and we were missing you, so it's great to see you.
Yeah. See, it's become a lot easier. Huh? We don't have to go like I am sitting at home, and
Yeah,
we are able to meet with each other. So
yeah. No, we are very.
yes,
Thank you, Saurabh Bhai, also for arranging the session, and while Bhaiji, while you are not available, Saurabh Bhai is always holding the fort and sharing his wonderful wisdom with us. So thank you, Saurabh Bhai, for arranging the session.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you to Bhaiji for his time and his presence.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhaiji. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhaiji.
yes. Who else? Anybody else? Even comments. Even see what they pick up. Or
Yeah, please feel free to share. Thank you.
who wants to share? From Mary. Mhm. Thank you. Thank you, Mary.
Om Santi Vaiji, it's really nice to see you here. After a long time, we are hearing you and the loving food, how we become. And you said they are the example of between stubborn and determined that I like. Or I did. I was remembering when you were here in my at my place at the last time when my dad passed away, and you were talking about how baby comes, how it becomes, and that was reminding me the time also. And it's very nice to see you again. Thank you so much, Vaiji. Santi.
And Shanti. Yes. This concept really it opened my eyes actually. That actually we say, why the soul enters the womb so early? What is the reason? We say, oh, it's the jail of the womb. It's not. But actually, it's the soul that is functioning. It start to build the body based on what it brought with it. So that means the soul is creating the body. So that means because it's creating the body, it also sustains the body with all those things. So things became so clear. That's where we start to think building heaven, building a world of happiness is possible because the phenomenon we were able to understand. बहुत अच्छा.
Om Shanti, Vaiji. Very
Ah,
beautiful. Thank you so much. I really liked the way you said spiritual calamity. So
ah,
bringing the tsunami of happiness, joy, and love. And also when we do anything, any simple act with happiness, the value increases, it multiplies exponentially. So whenever we act, if we add spiritual energy in it, it's multiply. I really like that. And also how you explain about we have all the material inside, raw material. That is, we have God's DNA, we have God's quality, but these qualities are misplaced. Now it is our job to keep it in order by following spirituality.
Saurabh, you can put the video on too, so that I could see the face as well, if possible.
Om Shanti, Vaiji.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Actually, when I went to Peace Village, you were there at that time. It was 2019 October or 2018 October. Yeah.
Mhm.
That time
Oh,
I had met you personally. October 4th retreat. Yeah. Thank you
wow.
so much. I really like the way you explained, like scientifically how we can use our scientific knowledge and spiritual energy in our every act, so that everything will exponentially increases. And also you explained about entropy. The real entropy is like it decreases, but when we have spiritual entropy, it rises. So this is
Yeah.
our time to rise. So thank you so much.
See, these are realities, but they are very surprising kind of when we start to actually apply that oh wow, that's so true. That we
Yeah.
even though we knew, still we did not know. We were not fully aware of those kind of things, that love increases, happiness increases when we use. Very nice. You picked up all the points.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Who else?
Om Shanti Bhaiji.
Om Shanti.
I have a question. Is it
Uh-huh.
mandatory to believe something like God? Because in Buddha religion, Gautama Buddha, he doesn't believe any God is there. But the quality is humanity. He always believes on humanity. So, what to
That's
do?
absolutely right. That's okay. That's okay. Even when you say, I believe in humanity, somebody start to say, when it's a perfect humanity, some people start to call God. So you can even say, so you don't have to take the word God, many times, because so many times people in the name of God have done so many things. But when you talk, but see, for me, when I think of God, I don't think of any particular thing. We talk about God's quality. God's qualities, that means you don't use the word God, but the qualities of love, the compassion that we all can experience. To me, that itself is God. But that means, I don't want to use the word God. You can use something else. But you want to say, at least there is something there which holding the whole universe together. How the things are systematic. There must be something. You want to call nature, doesn't matter what you want to call. But there is some kind of order and disorder. And then it comes back to the order. So like I don't mind whatever people think, whatever their belief system is, it doesn't matter. So I feel it's not that, oh, you have to accept. There is nothing like that. Like, to me, going with your flow, going with your heart and the mind, that's absolutely right, okay.
So, so we are saying that we are Atma and Paramatma, the air, to which we have to make our connection every time. Then how can we just hold to that point?
However, but I
Then
did not follow what you said the last.
the Atma and Paramatma. So
Uh-huh.
what is that concept?
What is the concept?
Yes.
It's
Then
energy. So no, it's like, when I use the word like a hydrogen, oxygen, and the internal energy. Now there are a variety of internal energy, but we don't specify. We say bond energy or internal energy, situation, circumstances. So when I think of the soul energy, so it's a combination, like as I mentioned, that love generates energy in the body. It's true or not? You have experienced that. Suppose you are coming from work, you are totally tired, and you think that you are going to take rest, but your little child is after you to do something for him, and you don't want to make the child cry. You want to make the child happy. You start doing that work, and actually, in the process of doing work, you even uh, uh, even the tiredness is gone. Have you had that kind of experience? I'm sure that you have at least few times.
Yes,
So question is where the 2 hours of work energy come from? Ultimately you did the work with the body, right? But where the energy come from? You were totally tired. So can I say love generates energy in the body? Same way the happiness.
yes,
When you are happy, you could sleep 4 hours. Still, you are so much full of energy when you get up. And when you are depressed and feeling bad, you can sleep 10 hours. Still, when you get up, you are stiff. Is true or not? So, can I say happiness generates energy in the body? Somebody gives you encouragement. Don't you get a boost in your energy? When you are peaceful, don't you find solution? Rather than when your mind is all over, you are not able to find any solution. But when we sit down quietly, no disturbance, and you are not upset with the things, then the solution comes to your mind. It's true or not? So now you combine them. You can combine love, happiness, care, compassion, truth, all kind of thing. You combined it together. What you want to call it? Whatever you want to call it. People start to call, like many times people call it essence. So that means I have the essence of love and joy and happiness. Somebody will call it spirit. Somebody will call it soul. Somebody call it ruh. And if you want to call something else, that's fine too. You don't want to call Atma, fine. My name is Ram Prakash. Somebody call me Ashok. Fine with me. I will not change. My characteristic will not change. Same way, we know the facts of the power of love, happiness, and the kindness, compassion, generosity, respect. You could, I am only sharing few of the things, but you put them all together, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Same way, when I think of human beings, within human beings, we have gradation. We say somebody Rakshas, we say somebody Devta, somebody great man. Don't we say, great man, Mahatma, Punya Atma, Pap Atma, Dusht Atma. So we use those words. But if I say, going higher and higher and higher and higher, ultimately becomes where is the supreme. Like where we talk about the energy becoming, infinity. So whatever name I want to call that, that means that energy is forever, something which is holding the whole thing together. So, I just see, in other words, I don't get caught into the words and, like to me, like just understanding the concept, understanding the process, understanding that is what I bring the science in the, this is how I understood. And like there is a saying that science without spirituality, it's like incomplete, and the spirituality without science, or we say logic and faith, they go hand in hand. Faith without logic is blind faith, and and logic without faith does not work always. So you say both, so they are complementary to each other. So whatever your concept of whosoever you want to call higher power or somebody, whatever you want to call, and combine with what other people think, make it complementary, make it combined rather than it's not cancellation. There's no need to reject anything. There is no need, but think of adding, adding more and more understanding of the process. This is how I grew up in the spirituality. I don't have to lose my faith. I don't have to get rid of any of my thing, but I want to add. add something in my information, in my understanding, into my experience. So, you know, I just take it that way. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Thank you, Bhaiji.
Bhaiji, we are, my wife Saroj and I, we are a little new to this BK concepts, and we are learning very much. And, you know, it has elevated us, our thinking to, you know, starting to elevate this. But you just touched on something that I was going to say, that we are, it's an infinite power that we are connected to, and we are deriving the infinite power, deriving from the infinite power, like, you know, all the innate qualities that we have, our soul has, it is coming from the infinite power, so that everybody is sharing the same thing. So the concept is very nice, and it is within us, and it is just that we need to be able to apply. We, as you said, that it is the engineering part that we have to work on to be able to apply that knowledge in our, you know, every situation that we face, and keeping in mind that what the qualities we have, what we have derived. And once the channel is created, I think that all the qualities will continue to flow from that infinite power. It is just that we may need to make an effort, and you know, the tsunami of happiness, and you know, it will continue, and that is how the we can bring the happiness to the world and within ourselves. Thank you very much. Very nice. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the family.
Hello, brother Ram Prakash ji. Yeah,
Ranji.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Thank you for guiding us. Very, very simple application you gave for how to bring heaven on the earth. And it is our responsibility. We cannot depend on God, that God will bring heaven on the earth. We are
Yeah, God
instrument.
depends on us, you know.
Yeah, we are instrument. We are instrument, and we have to bring heaven on the earth. And the process is, you gave very simple application. Whatever you do more than it requires, and do with love.
Yeah.
And that is possible. You said that impossible word comes from possible. That
Yes.
time it clicked to me that impossible, I am possible.
That's right. You see, you said it.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you, Brother Saurabh, for bringing brother here. And thank you. We wish to hear you some other time. Thank you, brother. Om Shanti, family.
प्रेमबेन, I think आपका mic शायद mute पे है.
What's that?
Premben, I think your mic might be on mute. Could you prompt? Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry, it got muted again, I believe.
His cottage.
Yeah, now it's good.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Bhaiji, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, your concept was so very nice. I appreciate what you taught about the happiness. I appreciate the way how we can make happiness to others. Om Shanti Bhaiji.
Om Shanti. Building happiness by giving happiness.
Om Shanti Bhaiji.
Om Shanti.
Thank you very much. It was really a wonderful session, as always it is. And it's really nice to hear you.
Thank you, Swati. Swati, Ben, we have met.
Yes, Bhaiji, we met in
Swati,
Mumbai.
then Swati from?
From Mumbai.
From Mumbai. You're calling
Yes.
from India.
She's
Have I met
my
you?
sister, actually.
Right.
Acha, your sister. Ah, forget. Okay, okay. Wonderful. Good to see you again. Good to, nice
Yeah,
to talk to
thank
you.
you. Right. So when I was hearing you, I just, the visions which when we met you in Mumbai, in the session which was there.
Yakhar and Mundran.
Yes. So it was wonderful. Thank you for being here. It's always, nice to hear you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swati. Okay.
Om Shanti, brother.
Ah,
Yeah.
the joy. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your message. It's really going to help me with a situation that I'm getting ready to experience, and just helping to prepare me for that. And how it has done that is that it's allowed me to, of course, look at the situation and actually the person from a different perspective than what mine is. And what I mean by a different perspective is that I always think in terms of thoughts and the invisible, and creating happiness, creating, joy, creating that atmosphere. But hearing you say building that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because I'm going to just the way your mind thinks, and probably just the way that, men external, you know what I mean? You guys build, we create, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I realize this other person who's my mother, she is more of that mindset. She is totally not emotional or spiritual, but more from this physical building concept kind of thing. So doing little things that that can build a relationship different than what we've had. Just little playing a game.
Extra.
Question, you know what I mean? Letting her know that I care about her life. I've thought about maybe doing an oral history with her. You know what I mean? So she knows that I care about her, and I want, she's never had anybody to tell her story to before. So it's really helped me to just thank you so much. It's kind of just broadened the whole perspective to bring it out of inside me to out here, because that's how she sees the world, pretty much out here, And so when as you shared, as I, find ways to kind of build that, little activities is what I see, it's within the activity that I can make a little comment or something that can then touch her in an emotional or a spiritual way, like incognito, I suppose, right? Just doing it that way. So thank you so very much. So practical and necessary, because we are metaphysical.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I'm also really interested if you have more information that I can look up about the soul, and how it enters the body. I love that whole, and creating itself based on what your whole perspective of that, what it's bringing in this, into this lifetime. I mean, we know that we bring our sand scars in. That's how we've looked at it. But that's usually like in this, well, we got to clean those up, versus we're building our life.
Yes.
We're building, we're growing. Yes. But also the creation. I've always wondered, when does the soul come into the body? Like, is it at conception? Is it in the seed of the mind? I've always wondered about that. So I'd love to find out more information about that. Do you have any references or anything you can point me to?
Actually, because there are different perceptions, different faiths. So, usually I refrain from making it some kind of statement or something like that. Whatever people think, I just feel everybody think whatever way they think. But in my concept, I feel it is their soul builds the body. In other words, what soul brings with it, the karmas, it has performed. That is why in the same family, two people, they are born different,
Yeah.
totally different. What's the reason? Same mother, same father. Why two people or two children are different? So
Mm,
that means the soul, build that body.
yes.
Even the shape and boy or girl, whatever role it has to play based on whatever the previous role was. So there are so many things involved in it. So going into the details, then it's kind of we get lost.
Mm,
It's a simple concept that
yeah.
is the power of the soul that holds the body together. If we can understand that concept, that is good enough.
Yeah.
Like the gardener does not have the knowledge, the full knowledge of how a seed turns into a tree. He could spend whole lifetime to try to understand the concept or the hypothesis, but he simply knows I am going to put the seeds in there, and the air, the water, the sun, and the ground will take care of itself. Like
Mm,
in other words, there are so many complications in the nature or in the spiritual energy, but there is a simple thing which nature has created. For example, we say, just keep doing good, good
mm,
will keep happening to you.
mm,
Simple. So
yeah.
that means simplifying things rather than trying to get too much into details, etc. So in other words, it is the soul that builds the body. To me, I felt so happy when I heard from some senior person, and I did not think too much about it, but it all of a sudden start to feel I am building love, I am building happiness that will build even the physical structures with love and fast and easy. I will not get tired. So those kind of things I live on.
Mm.
Anyway, it's 9:30. I mean, that
Yeah.
time. Yeah, anything somebody really want to ask in the last question, fine. Otherwise, we can close in meditation.
Bhaiji, maybe everyone would like to say hello to you.
Yes. So I don't know how to. I am just trying to see that how I can see all the people. Some or other, I am not able to find the grid. Oh, I got it. But then let me see how I can see everybody. I see only few.
Yeah,
Usually there
please
is
feel free
icon.
to turn on your cameras for a bit, if possible. But please do say hello to Bhaiji. Yeah,
Thank you.
be
Oh,
nice.
yeah, gallery
Om
view.
Shanti.
How are
Om
you?
Shanti Vaiji.
Yes,
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, Om Shanti. Thank you
Thank you,
so much
brother.
to
Thank you,
everybody
brother.
for spending so much time.
On behalf
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Angel.
Shanti Bhaiji, thank you.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So on behalf of everyone, what should we gift to our dear Bhaiji?
Your love,
To
that's what you're giving.
an angel, a little angel for dear Bhaiji. This is
Oh,
so. Thank
see,
you so
everything is virtual, eh? Now you can still, so you can give it to many people. This angel, eh?
much.
That's a wonderful thing. So it has turned into spiritual energy. That means you are not going to lose that angel, and you can still give to everybody. So we accept that. We accept that angelic feelings, angelic love from everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Bhaiji is really, he's Ram also, he's Hanuman also, and he's a real inspiration. Whenever we look at Bhaiji, I always have felt, we have a portrait of Brahma Baba's face. So I always tell Bhaiji, just one mustache and then you look exactly like him. And his actions and his words, he really embodies. Since I've known him, Bhaiji, for many years now, his actions and his words, they're completely, like in sync. So whatever he's saying, he's actually, practicing it. And so I've seen it many times, like he's going out of the way to help and just to care, just to say one little word of encouragement. So we're really blessed that Bhaiji has spent this time. It must be night for him there. Right now he's visiting India, but still joined us from there. So really, really appreciate Bhaiji. So thank you so much. And please do come again soon.
And you can do the meditation again.
Yeah.
Right? 1 minute silence. Yes.
Anyone else would like to say
Whatever.
hello?
Yeah. Anybody else is having real.
So Bhaiji, both very good class and timely in this crisis. This your experiences are very useful, and they will help all of us in going through this corona crisis. Thank you so much, Bhaiji. Thank you.
Thank you, Naresh Bhai. Thank you. Okay. 1 minute silence. Just think of all the points we share. That building heaven is possible. Building a world of happiness. The reason? Because God the magician is with us. And all the powers of God are with us.
Thank you for your inspiration, for your life and love. Thank you for your recognition of the one above. Thank you for your sweet compassion, for your life of truth. Thank you for walking on this earth. Thank you for being
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhaiji.
Thank you, Bhaiji. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
she also wants to say hello to everybody.
Hello, what's your good name, Angel?
Alina.
Alina. Wow. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Bhaiji. Om
Thank
Shanti.
you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Shanti, thank you, angels, for your time. You had a lovely time with Bhaiji. Thank you. Have a nice
Thank you,
day.
Vaiji. Have a nice day, everyone. Santi, have a good night.
This program. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba.